How is it going, everyone? There is a new teaser out on scottgames.com, and it is Nightmare Chica. That is the nickname people are giving these animatronics. And I'd like to point out that Markiplier said, "To withered Chica, what does she have, like 3 sets of teeth?" Well, yes, Chica does have 3 sets of teeth now. 1, 2, and 3, as you can clearly see here. But what we notice about this teaser is, not just that it's Chica, we also notice the Nightmare text again. It's back, okay? And we will be expecting a Nightmare Foxy, of course, now, because that is the expectation that has been set. But I also want to point out this. The cupcake. Now, notice how Chica is not holding the cupcake. The cupcake is just there by itself. Mouth open, eyeballs ready and angry looking. Why is this significant? Where else have we seen the cupcake? Even in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we've seen the cupcake. Okay, first off, I just want to start by saying that I knew the cupcake was evil. I freaking knew it. I knew that cupcake was bad news. Look at that. Look at those teeth. Look at those eyes. I mean, seriously, come on. I totally suspected it all along. I said it in my videos even. That cupcake.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And honestly, where else have we seen little bitty animatronics? Right on Freddy's chest. 1, 2, and 3. Now, how can this be? How can the Marionette give so much life? The reason why the Marionette is going and giving life to all these little things here and there, whether animate or inanimate, is because the Marionette is God of the series. The joy of creation. They will know the joy of creation. And they do indeed. But the joy of creation for them is the sweet revenge. But, okay. So, Purple Man is dead, but who would they be taking revenge on? Well, we went over that in the last episode of the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 theories. They are going after the phone dude. The Marionette has created all of these animatronics, all these inanimate objects as well, like the cupcakes, for the purpose of defeating the phone dude. And I know, I might just be looking far too deep into it. One could say I'm a bit crazy with all the theories I'm coming up with, all the observations, all the craziness that's going on in my theories. Well, you have to realize that Scott Cawthon is a deep thinker. And that's where I come in. I am also a deep thinker. So yes, Scotty C, I am ready for your hidden things. The Marionette is creating an animatronic army. And while you may wonder, hey, where did their bodies come from? Well, their bodies were just created by someone, possibly Phone Dude. But the Marionette is basically making an army of haunted child souls. And sure, this may seem weird. All of these children getting killed, someone would notice. But that's because they're not just children. They're past night guards like Mike, Jeremy, and Fritz. All the night guards who were presumably fired are actually taken out by the Purple Man, because obviously if they would have gotten away unharmed, they would tell practically everybody about the whole situation, and people would do their research and the company would go under already. So they basically had to do a genocide of everyone associated with the pizzeria. If kids saw something, death. Night guards knew something, death. And it was whether they were killed on accident by the misled/confused child souls, or if they were just plain old fired. And at the end of the day, they were killed by the Purple Man. So, how exactly does this all wrap up? Well, we have Phone Dude, and then we have God, wanting to take revenge on this poor sucker, who decided to go along with the Purple Man's plan of killing everyone. Who knows how they got into it, honestly, but God's here to save the day. Good old God saving kids, giving them life. Giving life to these bodies. Making souls happen. Well, I may be no expert in religion, but I used to be a Christian myself. I used to go to church. And I know for a fact that God makes things of all different kinds of varieties. I mean, clearly. You have cupcakes and little tiny Freddy dolls. I mean, clearly, there's no line being crossed here as to where these souls can come from. God is just making his army of animatronics, or cupcakes, or dolls. Suppose it's not just limited to animatronics anymore now, is it? Limited to suits, such as Golden Freddy, limited to objects such as the cupcake, which can now float or climb or crawl. I mean, really, how did this thing get all the way up on Chica's shoulder? Seriously, can anyone explain that? But souls can do weird things. Souls can do amazing things. And they're all working under this god. So I am basing it off of my theory from last time, and I am coming to the realization that, hey, this godlike figure, this deity of the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom is very smart. Creating an army to take down, I guess, the Satan of the series. Purple Man was basically a sinner, working for Satan in a metaphorical sense. And while you may argue that, hey, Scott Cawthon doesn't include biblical references in his series, he said so himself in an interview. I did read that interview, yes. But what you have to realize is that was only for the first game. This was when the first game became popular. Some religious geek site did an interview with them, with Scott Cawthon, actually. And Scott Cawthon did say that. But that was solely about the first game. No pun intended, of course. But he did not mention any of the other games at the time, or that there would be other games. And as you know, they will know the joy of creation is a famous quote in the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom, as well as the fact that it says save them. Save the poor souls that are suffering. God will come and save them. And that might have happened in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. But those were only 5 souls. Well, maybe 4 even. Golden Freddy, they're back in the shadows, as you can possibly recall. But yes, God will save his children, whether they be night guards, children, or possibly anyone that has been killed by the murderous phone guy, with help from Satan himself, phone dude. So maybe I am looking too deep into it. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist. But I do think that there is definitely a link here. I think that there is an animatronic army being prepared. Also, it has been referenced that there were multiple night guards that have been fired or killed on the job. It's been referenced in the second game, I believe, or the first game.
Hello. Hey, you're doing great. Most people don't last this long. I mean, you know, they usually move on to other things by now. I'm not implying that they died. That's not what I meant.
Also, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. Check out my other Let's Plays, theories as well, and, you know, leave a comment, leave some feedback. Leave your thoughts, positive if you can, negative if you'd like, whatever. Just leave some feedback of some sort. That would be really awesome of you. So, I will see you all in the next thing I upload, and stay safe, stay awesome as you are, and I'll see you next time.